Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. We're on day 2 here on Cyan Beach in week 21. We're going to start off with 20 diamonds for going to bed on time like we're supposed to. And we also are going to start off with 13,254 sneaky snacking. Not too bad. All of that stuff that just pops up really quickly out of the way. There's another animation just popping up on its own. Great too. So not quite to where we got the pincer yet, but we will be there today. Just like last week, it'll start on Wednesday where we have the chance to see pincer. Wasn't quite able to get us to grade 4 yesterday, but it's all right. It's only one day. It'll be all right. We do have quite a bit to go over today. I've been spoiled. Of course, it's big news, so everybody knows that we've got the new stuff coming out. So quite a lot of news we're going to cover a little later in the episode, so stick around for that. But for now, let's go ahead and jump into our regular routine. Grab our 100 sleep points. 2,628 is what we are at now. And let's go ahead. I messed up. I meant to play the daily lottery while we were there, and I always forget that you can do it from there because I am terrible at this game. 20 diamonds. We've actually been doing really good with diamonds for the daily gift, so can't complain about that. Especially seeing as we spent 120 of them yesterday. And then let's go ahead and jump into this sleep report. Hopefully a little more interesting than yesterday's sleep report. I don't know what happened, but it seems like I wasn't alone. A lot of people had a lackluster sleep report for their final day. So, I guess it's good to be in good company at least. But we did get 8 hours and 45 minutes of sleep last night, for a sleep score of 100 with 15% dozing, which we need tomorrow, not today, 58% snoozing, and 27% slumbering. That is a snoozing type. Hopefully we can at least break like 5 million. That'd be nice. Not quite. 4.1 million. But not a bad sleep score for our first day. And there's our not shiny Snorlax. Okay, well, our sleep report is full of rats and balloons today. So we got 2 Rattatas, 1 Raticate, and 2 Jigglypuff. So no new sleep styles, which is fine. We don't need any more new ones. We're already at 240, ready to go for Lapis Lakeside. And of course, the big rat's hungry. We did feed Rattata yesterday, so I suppose we could take it home today. Or we could try our luck with the Jigglypuff. It's friendship level 10. Maybe try for a good gold sub skill, but again, I already have a good Jigglypuff. So, I don't know. Part of me just wants to say take the rat home because we already have a good Wigglytuff and actually another backup good Jigglypuff right behind it. I think I'm just going to go ahead and take the Rattata home. Take it home. Maybe it'll be good. It ended up with the big hit anyway, even though it wasn't hungry. Maybe it'll be good. At the very least, we'll level up the friendship for it and get it closer to friendship level 10. While we do have a pretty decent one and a pretty decent shiny, we could still have a better one. I suppose out of these two, we're going to send out the Jigglypuff candy. That is probably the most helpful for people. And we should level up today. 173 research XP is enough. So that gets us a great biscuit. There we go. That's something we need to hold on to for when Lapis drops. An energy whistle and a dream cluster M. And another 401 dream shards to go along with it. Not too bad. Let's go ahead and switch on over and check out this Rattata, which there you are. Level 10 in quiet. So I don't think that's going to be very good. I think quiet is an ingredient nature. We got apples, soybeans, apples. Skill trigger S to start off with, which is pretty decent for him. It does have a very low base main skill activation rate, so it's good that we can get something to increase that. Skill level up M and skill level up S. Also not too bad. Inventory up M is good, gives more chances for the skill to trigger, and helping speed S. All in all, these sub skills are actually pretty decent for a Rattata. They're just not in the best order. And I kind of would have preferred, instead of skill level up S, I think having Berry Finder would be better, but it's not bad. But we do have Quiet, which is unfortunate. That is an ingredient nature, and we don't want that on a Rattata who we are going to be collecting from to try to get that main skill. So overall, 45%, not fantastic. I definitely think this is going straight to the professor. It's not terrible, but it would take a lot of investment to make it worthwhile, and it's just not worth putting that investment in for something that's only going to be good down the road. So we're definitely going to send that one off to the professor, and we're going to move on. As soon as the game decides to load, 326 sneaky snacking. And let's go ahead and check. We have the new news that we know about. A couple of things. Let's see. This was yesterday's news, right? Oh, it's been expanded. Okay, well, here we go. Strap in. So update contents version 1.10. Sorry, 1.1.0. So update contents, new features, preparation for holding the Lapis Lakeside opening event, added a function that allows the whole team to eat cooked dishes together. I did see a picture about this. A lot of this was spoiled because it's kind of big news, but in case you didn't know, we're going to go through it now. When Snorlax eats dishes, helper Pokemon on your team will join and eat dishes together. Helper Pokemon on your team will recover a small bit of energy after eating. The less energy the Pokemon has, the more energy they will recover. So these are going to be very beneficial for making sure that you cook lunch a little bit later in the day, is what I'm thinking. We'll have to see in practicality how it works out to see if it is more beneficial to hold off and do lunch a little bit later. And maybe even dinner might be more beneficial to do lunch and then dinner just a few hours apart, but that's when you're getting into really min-maxing. So we'll just have to see how it works in practice. Adding a new area, Lapis Lakeside, beginning at 3 p.m. January 24th, which is tomorrow. Lapis Lakeside will be unlocked if you complete the dex goal of registering 240 sleep styles. At Lapis Lakeside, you can meet 9 more species of Pokemon, which we already know is Ralt, Stratini, and Stuffle lines. And then adding 2 new sleep style dex goals. The new goals will be added at 3 p.m. January 24th alongside Lapis Lakeside. And then added a new ingredient, green grass corn, added 7 new recipes, and added the new relaxing sound Poke Flute. So for anybody who actually uses the relaxing sounds when you're trying to go to sleep, that might be something you're interested in. I'm going to check it out and see if it's any good, but the last one they added wasn't a fan of. Then we've got game contents, changes to allow helper Pokemon on your team to pick up ingredients on the home screen, even when your bag's ingredient pocket is full. So, the wording of this is kind of weird. I'm not exactly sure, because the way that I read this is that it allows your helper Pokemon on your team to pick up ingredients on the home screen when your bag's ingredient pocket is full. As far as I know, and based on the way I'm reading this, and I could be reading it wrong, so if I'm misunderstanding this and you guys can figure it out, please let me know, because to me this is weird. Your Pokemon could already collect ingredients even if your ingredient pocket was full. I've had several times where my ingredient pouch was full, but then my ingredient specialist, or all of my Pokemon, had ingredients. So maybe there was something that I wasn't aware about, that if your ingredient pocket was full, it just basically turned them into a berry specialist, much like having a berry specialist personal inventory full always collected berries. Maybe that's what it's talking about, and I just didn't know about that. But to me, this one seems kind of weird. And then changes to save the display order, the sort setting, such as strength on the cooking screen, which is good. I kind of wish they would do that. Had done that a long time ago. I don't know why they didn't, because in other menus it saves your sort setting. So not sure why, but good that we finally have it. And then changes to show a notification mark on the pot by the tent on the home screen, as well as by the max button in the upper right on the cooking screen when you complete a sleep style dex goal and expansion of your pot is available. I mean, yeah, that's pretty good. I typically just go straight, as soon as I hit a dex goal, I went straight to the pot to max it out anyway. But maybe there's a lot of people that don't do that. I'm sure there are a lot of people. And so that'll be good for people who don't realize they have that expansion available. And then bug fixes. Fixes to a bug that caused helper Pokemon not to use energy during sleep tracking. Up until now, due to a calculation bug related to energy consumption, helper Pokemon were not using energy for sneaky snacking and help that occurred during sleep tracking. Right. I don't know why this matters though, unless they're just trying to whittle down the production of Pokemon during your sleep time, which to me wouldn't really make much of a difference in the overall production anyway. And then when you wake up, as long as you know, if you have a 100 sleep score, your Pokemon's going to be back at 100 energy anyway, regardless of what their energy whittles down to while you sleep. So again, maybe there's some niche situation that I'm not aware of that makes it to where this was a problem. To me, I don't know why this was a big deal. In the future, helper Pokemon, oh, it continues, my bad. In the future, helper Pokemon will use energy for help and sneaky snacking during sleep tracking, so your Snorlax may gain less strength from sneaky snacking during sleep tracking than it did before. Okay, so that is what I was talking about. The question is how much. This issue has been recognized as a bug for some time now, but because it did not cause any disadvantages for players, we prioritized other bug fixes and new feature development. Okay. However, based on the following reasons, it has become more vital that we fix this bug. Okay, so if I would have just read, they would have answered my questions. All right, never mind, sorry. Moving on. And so we are taking this opportunity to fix it. Some players being able to accelerate progress through the game considerably faster than intended by the developer, for example, by performing certain actions during sleep tracking, they have been able to get help for a whole day without their helper Pokemon using up energy. Oh, so it's people abusing the system and the mechanics of the game that is the reason why they're fixing it. Got it. Snorlax gaining more strength on days when the player tracked sleep twice than on days when the player tracked sleep only once. Okay, so that's not people gaming the system. If you take a nap and you are sleeping twice, then that just worked out better for you. So yeah, I can kind of see why they fixed it now. That makes sense. Energy will still be restored as usual when sleep tracking finishes, so helper Pokemon should generally not have less energy when you wake up in the morning than they did before you started sleep tracking. Outside of energy recovery down natures that will be affected. Because generally I start with like 80 something on an energy recovery down nature. So I'm sure that might go even lower now that that's being fixed. Fixes to a bug that gave 1 extra helping's worth of berries during sneaky snacking. Okay. Fixes to a bug that allowed for cooking 4 or more times a day when certain actions were performed. So I think this is probably trying to get at people who are waking up at like 4 a.m. on a Sunday morning to do dinner, and then also getting the normal breakfast, lunch, and dinner on Sunday. So I think they're fixing that. Fixes to a bug that made it easier for main skills to be triggered when certain actions were performed. I didn't even know that was a thing. Fixes to a bug that caused sleep tracking that was reviewed later not to be reflected in the weekly summary. Interesting, that sucks that happened. Fixes to a bug that caused the energy restored by energy pillows to cap at 100% in some cases. Also sucks. Glad they're fixing that. Fixes to a bug that caused the notification mark, the red circle, to continue displaying on the shop's icon on the home screen during the weekly turnover even after obtaining the daily gift. I have seen that. And then fixes to a bug that caused the shiny appearance of Pokemon that had been evolved twice not to appear in the sleep style decks in some cases. And then also fixes to a bug that caused the Choose Next Research Site button on the home screen during the weekly rollover not to work when the device's language was set to Turkish. Interesting, that's a very specific bug, but at least they're getting it fixed. In other news, about the helper whistle effects, for purposes of the helper whistle, each Pokemon's helping frequency is currently based on the value found here. Pokemon box, Pokemon detail screen, frequency. It is calculated based on the Pokemon's status at max energy. Because of this, when a helper whistle is now used, the effects of the subskill helping bonus are not reflected. Which makes sense because it doesn't take skills into account. Oh, subskill, sorry. The effects of a good camp ticket are not applied. The following changes are planned for an update around the end of February. A display will be implemented on the edit team screen to show the helping frequency with the effects of helping bonus reflected, and when a helper whistle is used, this value will be used. That's pretty good. The description text for the helper whistle will be adjusted to give more detail. We hope you continue to enjoy Pokemon Sleep. So that was a lot, but it sounds like a lot of good things that needed to happen. I know a lot of people are going to complain that some of the exploits they've been using are getting fixed. I'm fine with that. Again, this isn't a competitive game. So, I mean, I guess since it's not a competitive game, it doesn't really matter if people are exploiting things. They're only changing their own gameplay. But I mean, if you're exploiting the game just to make things better, then I'm fine with them fixing that too. Because to me, it's not that serious of a game to where you need to really exploit the game to have fun. It's more about the journey rather than just getting to a certain arbitrary point faster or as fast as possible. Just enjoy the sleep journey. That's all it's about. And then we have the 6-month anniversary gift, which was also spoiled for me. Thanks to support from all of the researchers, Pokemon Sleep has reached its 6-month anniversary. Thank you for enjoying your sleep research with Snorlax and other Pokemon. To celebrate our anniversary, we will be giving each player the following gifts. If your gift has not arrived, please restart the app and check the gift box. So if you register before April 7th, so if you got friends who are thinking about it, now's the time for them to jump in before April 7th. They will get 1,000 sleep points, 5 Pokebiscuits, 2 Friend Incense, and 10 Handy Candy S. So it's a pretty good start for somebody who's just starting out, but it's a nice little bonus for those of us that have been here along the way. But not too bad. Let's go ahead and collect our gift while we're at it. Beautiful. Those 2 Friend Incense are going to come in very handy very soon. Yeah, that was a lot of news. That was a lot more than I was expecting, and it actually kind of pushed us out of breakfast today, which is unfortunate. But let's see, hopefully we got at least 45 reports. Only 41, not too bad. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 that doubled up. So right at 25%. Hey, finally, level 5. There we go. A level 3. All right, so we got 2 Handy Candies and a link cable. 2 Handy Candies gonna come in very handy later. Probably tomorrow. But let's go ahead and move on. And no skill trigger. Unfortunate. I did get one right before bed with Wartortle. Pikachu candy. No skill trigger. This is unfortunate. There we go. All right. So we have plenty of ingredients. We should for sure be able to make our brunch cake. And we should also be able to see this new feature in action. You know what? Actually, let's check and see before we do this, because I want to get a good measure of what we're looking at for this new feature. Let's go to our team. Let's just pick our leader, War Turtle. So 81% energy. Looks like everybody's at 81. So that's good to know. And now when we feed Snorlax, everyone else should eat alongside him. I believe that feature is already live. Let's get the sweet scent chocolate cake going. And actually, while I'm thinking about it, I did see that they are fixing the calculations for the meals on the Raynon website. So we should see. I don't know if it's gone live yet. I may be too early. It may not have gone live yet, but they did say they're fixing it. They found that their calculation model was off by a pretty significant margin, which is why, if you remember a few weeks ago, I was like, why am I getting so much less than what the calculator says? I believe that's what they're talking about, but that should go live today. So hopefully it will be fixed going forward for everybody. So make sure to check on those. You're probably going to see some different values there. But we can see that with the new recipe, sweet scent chocolate cake got bumped down to no longer being as good as, or it's no longer third place is what I meant to say. Let's go ahead and take 2 of those milk away. I want to get all of these herbs in here. There we go. So it is now 4th place instead of 3rd, but it should still work out to be a pretty decent recipe. That went way faster than before. 10,478. Not enough for a level up, but let's see how this goes. Yep, everybody gets their own plate. +1. Okay, so what does +1 mean? A little bit of a nitpicky thing. It'd be nice if every Pokemon had their own eating animation, but that's a lot of work to put into the game, so I kind of understand why they didn't do that. Maybe along the way or somewhere down the road we'll get animations for everybody eating, but I definitely don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. So they were at 81%. +1 means literally 1. Everybody's at 82% now. Okay, good to know. So now I need to try to keep a track of how much everybody gets throughout the course of the day. This may end up not be a very helpful feature, but it may be one of those that like it does help out along the course of the day, but it isn't gonna make a huge difference. So I'll keep an eye on it, see what they get. I might try to feed dinner really late and just see what happens. But so far, I do like that we're getting something for the entire team. We did get 930 dream shards for wrapping up a mission. I think it was grade 2, if I remember correctly. But that was it. That's kind of a full day, a little bit longer of an episode than I expected with all of the changes that got put in. So it is going to be kind of interesting moving forward now that we have all those changes. So we'll just have to wait and see how it all bears out in practice. But there is one last thing I wanted to talk about. We did get some, I believe this is some data mine information about the new Pokemon that are coming with Lapis Lakeside. So if you don't want to know about it, then I will catch you guys later and you don't have to stick around. Feel free to jump off the video if you don't want to hear the spoilers. But really quickly, I'm going to run through the new Pokemon. So we've got Stuffle, which of course fighting type, so it's going to have the Cherry Berry. It is an ingredient specialist and its main skill is charge strength. And then we've got Ralts, Curlia, and Gardevoir, which are psychic type. So they've got the Mago Berry. They are skill specialists with the main skill energy for everyone. So we do have a contender for Wigglytuff and Sylveon's top spot in the energy for everyone category. If you decide to get a Gallade instead of a Gardevoir, it is also a fighting type with a Cherry Berry, and it has the skill Extra Helpful S. So historically, not the best main skill, probably one that most people ignore, myself included. So, you know, outside of just Pokedex completion, I don't know that I'm super excited about that one. The Dratini line, on the other hand, of course, a dragon type. So we get the Yachi Berry, and it's the first one that gets the Yachi Berry in its base form. However, it's an ingredient specialist, and it has the main skill Charge Energy S. So an interesting combination. This is the same as Victory Bell, which for me, historically, this combination of an ingredient specialist with Charge Energy has done very well. The question is going to be, how likely is it to trigger that main skill? If it's a high activation rate or even a, you know, middle of the road activation rate, it's going to be pretty good. We'll just have to wait and see what that actually turns out to be. We do have the list of other dishes, but I'm not entirely sure that it's really all that important to go through now. I'll just kind of run through what they are, and then we will figure out their recipes later on down the road. So we've got Inferno Corn Curry, Keema Curry, Limber Corn Stew. So those 2 new curry recipes. And then we've got 3 new salad recipes. We've got Green Grass Salad, Calm Mind Fruit Salad, and Fury Attack Corn Salad. All of those take corn. All of these new recipes are going to take the green grass corn. And then we've got 2 new desserts, Tea Time Corn Scones and Explosion Popcorn. So we've got some interesting new recipes. We already know what they are, but again, we'll go over those as we get to them. It's not super important to go over everything now. And then meal energy, according to this, if your Pokemon is between 81 and 99.9 energy, they get +1, which is what just happened for us. If they're between 61 and 80.9, they get +2. 41 and 60.9 gets +3. Between 21 and 40.9 gets +4. And if they're between 0 and 20.9 energy, they get +5. So overall, not a lot. Even at the worst case scenario, if your Pokemon is just completely tired all day, at most you're getting 15 energy. So I'm not really sure how beneficial this feature is going to be. I mean, you think about it, 1 energy, that's like what, 20 minutes of energy, maybe? So not the biggest deal. I really would like to see this bumped up a little bit. Not too much. I don't want it to be too powerful, but this just kind of seems to a point where it's not even, it might as well not even be there in a way. It's kind of what it feels to me, but maybe I'm just undervaluing it. We do have the important milestones for Lapis Lakeside, what you need for Great 1, Ultra 1, Master 1. It is a lot. It's going to be harder than Snowdrop. Basically, my cap on... Actually, no, I think my cap on Cyan. So Master 1 is... I haven't even reached Master 1 according to this for Cyan. 675,000 is what you need for Master 1. Getting to Great 1 is going to take you 97,000. So it's going to be rough. So I would definitely make sure that you're ready before you go to Lapis. You know, if you just want a challenge, then by all means, but know that it is going to be hard to get to even Master 1. So that's going to be interesting. And then we do have the Sleep Dex Unlock rewards, which are at 240. You unlock the ability to get to map bonus 55%, and then you can increase your pot size to 51. You get 100 diamonds, an ingredient ticket M, and a handy candy M, 1 of each. And then at 290, you can take your map bonus to 60%, increase your pot size to 57 with another 100 diamonds, a sub-skill seed, which is actually very nice. I kind of wish they'd do that more often in the Dex goals, and another handy candy M times 1. So all in all, we've got quite a bit of good information. This is all going to be on screen for you guys. You've been able to read it this whole time. So good information to have. Again, use it to your best ability and make sure that you guys are ready for Lapis Lakeside, because it's gonna be kind of rough. But I'm excited about it. It looks like it's gonna be a fantastic time. That said, that is all I've got for today. So I appreciate you watching the video. Make sure to hit the like button if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more, and until next time, later dudes.